let's see if this one works. The problem we're having is the live chat isn't working. So let's see if it is now. I'm guessing it's not. Let me try one more thing here. Pop out chat. Oh, okay, here we go. It's interesting. Okay. People are chatting. Bill, okay. So there's okay, I need to be all right. Okay, hi. All right, so Bill, this is really weird, but I have to kind of all right, right this second, are you able to see me? Because I'm able to and we're up. Okay. So right now, are you able to see me? Because I'm able to. Okay, Orlando says yes. Okay, I can no longer see myself. All I see is your comments, which is totally fine. I don't need to see myself. Okay, perfect. And we're off. Okay, everybody. So this is different, but it's fine. Perfect. Okay. Hi, everybody. Off to a slow start. I apologize. Let's see who we've got on here. We've got Super T Lady Riker. Hello again. Thank you for jumping back on. TG McFly, how you doing? It stops working. I'll text you. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Bill. All right, Bill, you are my moderator for tonight, apparently. I guess I never took off my old moderators from last time, so feel free. We've got David Sears from, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mention your last name, but David from Rosendale, New York. Rosendale, New York, sorry. John from Atlanta. We've got Orlando. Orlando is watching. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Orlando. Globus 2010, TJ McFly, hi again. And we got Prometheus, Ask Not. Hey Dave, the series are out there to the end of Long Island. I'm waving at y'all. Chris Jupiter, how you doing? Let's see. Who else is on here? This is all good. Okay. And we've got 3L Rusty. Hello from Alberta, Canada. That's awesome. And John says hello from the forest. Okay. Moderate is permanent until you physically remove it from your chart. All right, you can be my permanent moderator, Bill. Sorry. So, all right. So welcome, everybody. I've got some cool stuff to talk about. So if anyone saw my live chat from this weekend, I had a phenomenal weekend. I just want to get on and talk to you about it, talk about my accident that I had, my self-inflicted wound, if you will. And hello from Patrick from Houston, Texas. How you doing, Patrick? Okay, so this weekend I did a live, you can go back and watch it. It's worth watching. It was really cool. I did a live chat from Jacksonville, Florida at a Harley dealership there. They hosted an event. There must have been 400 bikes there at this. It wasn't even a charity event. There was no money raised. There's no money collected for it. And it was just a positivity event. It was only 400 or so, only women. So it was women supported women riders. And it was so cool. It was just so nice to see. I mean, everyone knows the motorcycle world predominantly has been very male dominated world, and us women are sneaking in and we're starting to take over. So it's kind of cool. And especially with Can-Am and the 3-wheelers out there, it made a lot of women, especially with the Ryker that it's automatic, it's made a lot of women feel comfortable getting on the road where they might not have if it wasn't for Can-Am. So I think that's pretty cool. So it was awesome. And what they did is, like typical rides, they have the two-wheeled and the sports bikes are all in one area, and they go ride first because they can ride more, staggered and, anyway. And then at the back of the ride is all the three-wheelers. So there were some Harley three-wheelers too, but it was a Can-Am dominated ride. So I'm going to post a video soon of the actual parts of the actual ride. I mean, it was so cool to turn around and see behind you 100 or more just Can-Ams, Spyders and Rykers, just as far as the eye can see, just rolling out. It was so cool. It was awesome. And we were on this beautiful bridge in Jacksonville. And there was one point, because there's so many riders, so there was one point, so we went over the bridge and we turned around. And so there's one point where, so let me back up. It was a police escorted ride, which means the entire highway was shut down. All on-ramps, all exit, everything was shut down. So the only people on the road for that time period, which was a long time period to get these bikes through, was only bikes. We had the entire highway just for ourselves. And we're all in single file. It was just glorious to watch. It was just awesome. So there was one part of the ride, which was, it actually gives you goosebumps. It was so cool. So I'm riding this way, and then other bikers have gone over the bridge and are now coming back, and we're passing each other, and everyone's waving to each other, and just women supporting women, and it was really, I don't know, it was an experience. It like moved me, which, I mean, it literally gives you goosebumps. And then when you're riding out, because the men just were not allowed. A lot of women came with their spouses and boyfriends to the event, and the men were asked to park at a different location. And so when we're riding out, all the men are waving to their women. It was just so cool. It's nice to see the men supporting the women and their cause, and some of the women dressed up in cool outfits, and some of them wearing tutus. It was just really cool, and everyone's wearing their vests from the different clubs that they belong to, and it was just awesome camaraderie. People from Atlanta came in that I knew, and it was just awesome seeing them, for Denise and Brian, but I rode with Denise. So it was totally cool. But this is the crazy part. So this is why I wanted to get on live. So on my ride there, and this is prior to this, let me back up a little bit. So the brake module that I put on. Okay, I don't know, I think the box is in the garage. But the brake module that I put on, I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So it was a great product. You let go of the throttle and your brake light flashes. It was a beautiful warning safety thing. I thought it was great. So, and I had it on my bike like I always do. When I get a product that I'm going to review, and I bought it, it's my own money, whatever. I went on Amazon, got it. And then when I do a product review, I usually ride with it for a good few weeks before I get on and make a YouTube video to make sure it's a good product, the install went well, and if everything goes well, then I'll put the video out. So I rode on with it for almost a month before posting that video that I guess maybe some of you saw. So everything was fine. Now, before the ride, I started getting some glitchy stuff happening. My brake lights would stay bright and not go on and off. Then there was a time where my brake lights stayed on, even though my bike was completely powered off. My lights were kind of dim and didn't go off. So there's some glitchy things happening, and I didn't really think as much about it as I probably should have. So I leave in the morning for a ride, and there's 7 of us riding to Jacksonville, which is a good 5-hour ride from the house. So we're in a group ride. And all of a sudden, we pull out from the gas station, just starting the ride out. We're still local in South Florida. And we pull out, and all of a sudden, I get a fault code, a VSS fault code. And I have never, ever had a fault code. I've never had any issues with my bike. I'm like, and I just hit 10,000 miles on my bike. So I'm thinking, man, I just hit 10,000 miles. And all of a sudden now, what's happening? And I'm thinking, oh no, what could it possibly be? What could it be? I'm like, it must be the brake module. It must be what's going. So it put me in limp mode, and I pulled over. I let my bike sit for a few minutes, and now I'm debating, do I want to go on this ride? Because to me, like the people I was with were awesome and helpful and great. But I hate the fact that if I'm on a group ride and something happens and I'm going to be the one to cause everyone to be late or sit on the side of the road. So they're asking me, do I want to go or do I want to, pull out from the ride? I'm like, no, I want to go. Because I want to go. So I let the bike sit for a few minutes, start her up, and it was good. And it went 3/4 of the way. Then we're on the highway, and if I had to hit my brake at all, it kind of activated it. So we're on the highway riding, and all of a sudden it says limp mode, go home, or limp mode home, VSS fault. There's no code, it just says home. Like, you should not be out riding right now. So I literally had to pull over, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. I'm an hour away now from Jacksonville. I've been riding for, almost 5 hours, 4.5 hours. I'm an hour away from Jacksonville, and everybody has to pull over on the highway, which is never fun and never feels safe. And now I'm sitting there going, my bike wouldn't go over 50. I guess that's what happens when you go in limp mode. So it's kind of good that it happens, and it's for my channel, because it gives me new insight to what happens when other people go through this. So for me, in this particular mode that I was in, this VSS mode that came up, the limp mode, I could only go 50 miles per hour. Now, that's not going to cut it on the highway. I'm going with the group, and they're doing at least 80 or more on the road. So I pull over, everyone pulls over with me, and now I'm sitting there going, this is just crazy. So I have to sit, I have to wait for my bike to go. And now I'm riding, I get it started again, I ride, and the whole time I'm afraid to touch the brake pedal because I'm afraid it's going to set it again. So I'm just going off the throttle, I'm using hand gestures saying, okay, I'm about to brake, I make it there, but then now we're getting ready. The next day is the group ride. I'm thinking, I can't go on this group ride. It's going to be stop and go, stop and go. I've been on enough of these big, huge rides. It's always stop, go, stop, go. And I'll be with 400 women, and my bike will be on the side of the road. I'm like, I can't do that. So I ended up riding the group ride in the back of my friend Denise's Ryker. And it broke my heart not to have my bike in the ride, but it was for the good of the ride not to have me do that. Long story short, or longer, so my friend John in Atlanta, he has a best friend, Mike, in Jacksonville. He calls him up. He brings all his tools, because when I ride, I don't really, there's not a lot of storage. So I really don't ride with many tools. My only tools I carry is to get the little pegs off, the trim removal piece, and to repair a flat tire. Other than that, I don't really have other tools on me. So he comes in with all his tools and everything, and we take off the complete brake module and reattach all the wires and see if that works. It still did not work. It's still throwing the fault code. And now I'm 5 hours from home, 5-6 hours from home, thinking, man, it's going to be one heck of a tow ride to get this fixed. I mean, all these different scenarios go through my head. I'm going to have to spend a couple more nights here while my bike's getting fixed at a dealership. Anyway, so it's interesting. I learned this a long time ago, like actually during 9/11, someone mentioned this, that during a difficult time, not that I'm making the comparison up, but when you're having a difficult time, it's a couple things happen. One, you realize exactly who your friends are and what they're capable of doing for you. So I went, so John's friend drives over. He's like 20 minutes away. He stops what he's doing. This guy, Mike, he stops what he's doing. He tries to help me with my bike. Nothing works. So he leaves, and that's, nothing else he could do at that point. And then I diagnosed it with my friend John, who's, he was an aircraft electrician for 20 years for the Navy. And he's on the phone with me. We're trying to diagnose the problem and jump wires and do all this kind of stuff, which is really cool because I was able to get in and figure out that my brake switch was busted. So I think my brake switch got burned out because of that brake module I put on. So either the brake module with the clips that they had put on there messed up the bike, or the brake module just didn't work because one of the wires got loose. Anyway, so my friend Brian, who drove like 6.5 hours from Atlanta, for his wife and I to ride together, his wife Denise. And he's not riding the ride because he's a guy. So he says to me, I'm going to track down this part for you while you're on the ride. The closest part is 2 hours away, which ended up being 3 for traffic. He drives 3 hours to Melbourne to pick up this part from by the brake switch and bring it back. And then I swapped out the brake switch, and now my bike is totally fine. So now I was able to, because of that, I was able to learn something new about my bike and learn and have a video coming out. I try to record all this stuff because it could happen to you, and it's good to know what to do with it. So I was able to swap out the brake switch, and everything works great. And I removed the battery for a good 45 minutes, and that reset the code. And the bike went home today totally fine, and it was awesome. So that is my story of this weekend. It had its highs and lows, and it was crazy. And it goes to show you when you have a difficult time that it's important to look for the good in people during a difficult time, because it could have been really bad. If I was just all on my own, I'm not sure I would have been able to diagnose it on my own. And I definitely wouldn't have been able to go 3 hours to pick up the part on my own. I guess I could have rented a car. It would have been a lot worse if you don't have those friends that will help you out and go that extra mile. So this video is a big shout out to Denise and Brian, especially Brian for making that extra effort for me. John for helping me out using like FaceTime and trying to get it done, and your friend Mike for coming out. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys have been, I couldn't have done it without you guys. So that's my story. Hopefully you guys had a more pleasant weekend, but it was all worth it. I still got to ride the ride, even though I was a backrest or, a back seat on there, but I still got to experience it. It was awesome, but it did hurt being on the back seat and not being able to ride, but it's okay. Life happens, right? I'm gonna go on and read some comments now because I've been talking way too much. Let's hear what you guys have to say. All right. All right, bye, Chris. He said he has to go. So the bridge was Dames Point Bridge. My friend John used to actually live there. It's a beautiful, beautiful bridge. I got some great pictures with some shadowing from the lines of the bridge. Hello from Australia. How you doing, CD? Thank you so much. Hi, Beth. A lot of cool bikes. Looking forward to seeing the video. It was so cool to see so many interesting bikes, and every bike there were no two bikes the same. Every bike was so unique. It was awesome, especially the Rykers. The Rykers go crazy. There was one of my friends, she had a custom airbrush of Prince and purple and a tribute to him, and it was so well done. I'm not sure how the Prometheus asked, how did the brake module get messed up? I think it just shorted. Maybe, honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna actually send the piece to my friend John, the electrician, and he's gonna open up and diagnose it. So I don't know. What's going on, Buck? Buck's in Arkansas. Buck is the guy that had the brownies, right, Buck? What's up, DK? Big shout out to you guys. Yeah, John, did you notice that I was like brake switch? It's not a brake relay, it's the brake switch. Two very different things. And what's interesting, the brake switch is a $40 after tax. It's a $40 part. And can you imagine if I had it, labor would have been another $100. So it's really cool to be able to figure out how your bike works, and it's just neat. Let's see. All right, Carl. I'm glad you got. Yeah, I got it worked out. It was great. Brian's listening. Hi, Brian. Brian, I bought him dinner. Like I don't even know how you thank someone for going that extra mile and mile and mile and mile, extra miles. The Wheel Rusty. Thanks for the information. My pleasure. And we have Rexa Ramos in PA. How you doing? Where's everybody from? I like to know where everybody's kind of coming from. Yeah, I know what a backrest is called. I'm trying not to use any derogatory terms for what the person in the back seat is called. Backpack. A lot of people call them backpacks. I was my friend Denise's backpack on the ride. But which was actually kind of cool because we were talking about the ride and our experience together. So everything works out. Everything works out for a reason. And being able to be in the back seat of the Ryker, and it was actually great because I was able to video a lot more and very specific what I wanted to videotape from the ride that I couldn't do if I was actually concentrating on actually riding. I'm glad you liked them, Buck. Would a fuse block have helped? I don't know. That's a good question for John. Would a fuse block have helped to avoid that? We're trying to figure out if it was the actual brake module that was messed up. So I don't know. I can't recommend a product that caused me so much anguish. So I put on there, do not buy because I had issues with it. So I can't promote a product that caused me such problems. And then when my friend Brian brought, when he rode out on his bike to go get the brake switch for me, the new brake switch, the guy there said, yeah, you don't want to ever tap into wires. If you can plug into the battery or plug into your auxiliary ports, but don't ever, it'll always cause trouble. I don't know if that's true or not. All right, let's see. You don't have to do much wrong nowadays. You just have to touch a wire to ground and it could damage that part. Yeah, you're right. Softball by Fat. Hello from California. How you doing, Softball? Diane in Ohio. Nice to see you, meet you. Hi. We've got Ken from Milwaukee. Awesome. So how's everyone's weather? Someone posted that they're in New York and they just got like some snow or something. It's like, isn't it springtime? Hey Beth, glad. Buck, stop. Ugh. Fuck. I think Buck works at a paper mill, and I think he literally prints money. So thank you for printing me $50, Buck. I really, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Now you made me lose my concentration, Buck. Hey, Beth, I'm glad everything worked out for you. Everything was safe. Yeah. Can't wait one day to be with you guys. I'm in Detroit. I would like, I just want to visit every state like that. Wouldn't that be cool if I could like retire and then just take my bike and go visit everyone, all my subs in every different state. Just go cross country, back and forth, up and down, and be like, hey, I'm in Milwaukee, I'm in Detroit, I'm in Tennessee. I mean, come on out. Yeah, I didn't blow a fuse. That I know I didn't do. My fuses were all fine. Deals up who won't let you test ride one now. Yeah, I got news for you. So Manji, I hope I'm pronouncing names right. I'm really bad at that. From Connecticut says that she likes my videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And she's hoping to ride a Spyder or Ryker soon. Dealers up here won't let you ride one. You have to pay for it first. There are quite a few dealers here. The dealership here near me is the same way. You have to buy it first. I'm not sure why, because other dealerships like Harleys and stuff, as soon as you walk in, they're like, here's keys, go test drive something. So I'm not sure why Can-Am doesn't allow you to test ride, or I'm not sure if it's not all dealerships. It is definitely a dealership specific. So you might want to go to a different dealership, but maybe worth it to drive an hour if you call a dealership up and they have bikes for you to ride. Or the best thing to do is take the 3-wheel course from that Can-Am offers in your area, and that way you can test ride it and get a lot of education on there as well. Or another thing is, if you check on Can-Am, they have a Can-Am program where Can-Am actually comes with a huge 18-wheeler or something, and they have a bunch of Spyders in there. And it's all the 2021 Spyder lineup. And you sign up for the course and you ride for an hour with them and you get great experience. You do have to have a motorcycle endorsement if your state requires it to ride it, though. So let's see. Bill says the Ryker has way too many sensors. When we were putting the bike on the dyno, we were first ones that to ever do it. We broke pretty much every sensor on there. Oh God. Yeah, there's a lot of sensors on there. I mean, the sensors are all there for a reason. I get it. You know, it's a very safe bike. There's a sensor that if you're taking a turn too fast, it'll slow your speed down for you. Hey man, I'm not dissing the sensors at all. I mean, but yeah, you do one little thing, you're gonna get a code for sure. If you're taking your turns too fast, they may throw you a code saying slow down. Let's see. Let's see. Rusty said, "Man, you got more snow. That's just crazy." So I know you guys look at me and you're like, "Oh, she's in Florida. She's so lucky. That's so awesome that she can ride." I don't ride year round though. I do and I don't. The summertime here, I've said 1,000 times, it gets so hot. I can't physically ride. I get dehydrated very, very fast. I have like issues with that. So for me to ride in the summertime, it's really painful for me to ride. Like it's a lot of water stops, and I wear a cooling vest and ice packs, and it is so hot. And when you're stopped at a stoplight and you get the sun on you and the black pavement heat and the heat of the engine, so you guys are getting ready to start riding, and then I'm gonna be so jealous that you guys are riding all the time in your beautiful weather, and I'm stuck in the air conditioning. Hopefully I get to make it up north somewhere and ride around the Northeast. Let's see. Martha says she's 5'2", but still got in a ride. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's 52. I thought you said you were 5'2". 52. See, that's cold. That's cold. Riding below 60 degrees is too cold for me. I guess I'm kind of spoiled with that. When I was in Georgia, I rode in cold weather, and it was freezing. But when you're riding in cold weather, you can get heated grips. You can get, gloves that you plug into USB and your hands stay warm. You got heated vest. You can really do a lot, layer up, and you can do a lot to stay warm if you live in a cold environment. Whereas here, they really frown upon you riding naked. So there's only so much clothing you can take off. And either way, the sun is just pounding you. So, and there's no such thing as I would love to have someone to invent, and I've researched it, and someone did invent it, then they stopped making it, but something when you plug into a USB or something and it powers up, and you have like an ice water panel on your underneath your windshield, and it misses you cold water while you're riding. So the cold water gets on you and it evaporates. I would love something like that. I'd spend like $1,000 on that just to be able to ride in the summertime here. Okay, let's see. I've lost my way here. Bill says, Buck, I'm going to let you know next time I go live on YouTube. Buck's mine, Bill. You can't have Buck. And touch and thread. All right, so yeah, Prometheus, hope I'm pronouncing that right. He put a flash on his bike, but he attached it directly to the battery. Perfect. That's what you need to do for that. I might look at a different one that does that, but okay, no, I wouldn't have help with things. All right, Softball by Fat. I was thinking it says Softail, like a Softail motorcycle. Softball by Fat says it's 82 here. Going for that. That's perfect. That's like the perfect temperature, 82. Yeah, it's true. So Prometheus says he knows that the wiring and everything is so sensitive on these new bikes. Yeah, I mean, if you bought a bike a few years back before all this electronic stuff came out, you could ride it all day long and not have brake lights. There's not going to be any fault codes telling you brake lights aren't working. Either someone behind you says, hey, by the way, your brake lights aren't working, you'll never know. Those were the days. It's Uncle Buck. Hey, David, what's up? This test drive server, yeah, definitely do. Yeah, John says do the test drive class. I agree. Wait, what? Okay, Buck. Oh my God, Buck. Listen, no one can even compete with you. So like, it's just crazy, crazy. Oh my God. Thank you. I don't. God, I mean, I love the fact that you work at a company that prints money. That's just awesome. Thank you, Buck. I'm not sending it to Bill. I don't know if that was the intention of this, but I'm not sending it over to Bill. Sorry, Bill. Buck's all mine. It's not. It's a shame they can't trust anybody. If you have a motorcycle license, you better test drive one of the demo. I agree. I could never buy a bike. It's like buying a car. I could never buy without test driving it. Absolutely. Where's we 60s? Oh, that's cool, Buck. This is my first summer riding in summer here in Florida. Not sure how I'll like it, but since December, it has been nice. Yeah, David, you're not going to like it riding in Florida. So what's hard about riding in Florida, even at nighttime, it's hot. I mean, you don't have the sun, but it's still 90 degrees and it's still hot and thick out there. And I'm one of those people, I always ride with gear. So, I'm wearing a full jacket, I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing boots or shoes, I'm wearing a helmet, I'm wearing gloves, I'm dressed for like winter. So it's for safety, and the drivers here are not very good. So I would never ride without gear, even though there's no motorcycle helmet law in Florida. I always wear. So it's it's really it's gross. You lose a lot of weight though, which is good. So if you're looking to lose weight, David, this summer you'll do it riding here. So three-wheel Rusty, you have on your bike the brake module. So how long have you had it on your bike? Because mine didn't start glitching until I had it on for a month. And did you use those clips or did you actually solder the wires? I have so many questions, Rusty. So please let me know. Oh yeah. Thank you, Prometheus. Yeah, it's like wallpaper stickers. Yeah. I'm getting ready to move. So when I move, my scenery when I go live will be much better, I promise. Thank you, Buck. The buck stops with Buck. Good one, John. All right. Yeah. You have the Sling Mod. Okay, I'm sorry. You have the Sling Mod's brake light flasher. Correct. So with the Sling Mod's brake light flasher, every time you hit the brake, it flashes, or is it a emergency flasher, like emergency flashing lights? Yeah, Sling Mods, they do plug and plays really well. You had it for full Canadian season. Yeah, so we're talking about two different things, so that's great. All right, so apparently I bought the wrong item. So if you're looking at the brake light flasher, you should really be going to Sling Mods and but the brake light, the difference between the brake light flasher and the brake module that I put on my bike, and it's two different items. The brake light flasher, you hit the brake and it flashes to let people know I'm braking. The brake light module I thought was the coolest thing because the Ryker has such strong engine braking that when you just let go of the throttle, you slow down. So I find myself when I come to a stoplight that I don't even brake. I just take my hand up the throttle and roll into it and come to a nice stop. My brake pads will last forever because I hardly ever use my brakes. So the beauty of the brake module was as soon as you has a gyroscope in there and a speed sensor. So once you just slow down, as long as you don't touch the brake, you slow down, the lights either flash or gives you a steady brake light. So that was the reason I did that, but it ended up really messing up my weekend. Buck's like, come on, help me out. Go, Buck, go. Yeah, it flashes when you hit the brake. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna probably need to do that. So I noticed on John's brake lights that, and let me know if yours is like this too, Rusty. When I'm behind John and I'm riding, his brake lights it looks like his brake lights are much brighter, and when he hits the brake, and then when it flashes light. His brake lights seem brighter than normal. I don't know if you had that same issue with yours, Rusty. I know we got on a whole brake light sensor thing. Did I tell you guys about my boo-boo? Wait a minute. Really, Buck? Okay, you know you're putting 50 and not 5, right, Buck? Like, oh my God. Thank you, Buck. Thank you. Let me know when you want more brownies. I'll be happy to make you more. This time I'll put some good stuff in them. Chocolate chips, that is, yeah. 3 of a kind, yeah. I've seen those. My friend Brian has one of those vests that inflate like an airbag when you go up. It is really, really cool. I need to watch videos of that in use because I think I've seen one where the guy, to show how it works, like jumps off of his bike, and the second it explodes like with a CO2 cartridge, and it pops open, and you basically hit the ground and you like bounce back up again. It is really cool. So yeah, I like those a lot. Fuck. 3 of a kind. All right. Whoa. As long as Buck is here, I'm gonna stay on all night. So I'm just saying. So let's talk about something else. So I explained to you what happened. This is working on something else on my bike. I hit my head. Anyone who missed that part of the conversation. So look at this gash here. It's a huge bump. It's so sensitive. I hit it working on my bike with the switch, swapping out the brake switch. I got up and I hit my head on the mirror, and you can almost see the curvature of the mirror right there. And what makes it really painful is that's exactly where my helmet sits. So the whole ride home, my helmet was putting pressure on it. It was just horrible. Poor me. I've had so many. This is a burn from working on my wrap, the heat gun. I burned myself 3 times with the heat gun. I'm really not like that. I don't know what my deal is. Yeah, I don't know. But it's all part of the process, right? I actually like I don't like getting hurt, but I like getting my hands dirty and working on the bike. It feels like, do you guys work on your own bike? Do you guys rent your own bike, so to speak? I know Bill does, and I know John does, but who else does it? And I know Brian also does it, who's on. But to me, when you're working on your bike, more so, and I've never worked on a car, and I've never had any desire to work on any car I've ever had. I'll wash it, but I have no desire to check under the hood or even open the hood. I'll put window washer fluid in, and that's the extent of stuff I do to my car. Nothing else. I have no desire. But to me, when I'm on a bike, specifically my Ryker, when I'm on my Ryker, I feel like because I'm so exposed and I don't have the safety of being inside of a car, I feel like I really should know my bike. I should know and be able to listen if something sounds off. I feel like I should be like at one with my bike, as cheesy as that sounds, because I'm putting so much trust into my bike to get me someplace safely, more so than a car, you know what I mean? That I really feel like, and I don't, other than a car, if I break down, I'm on the side of the road, it's just me and my bike, you know, if I'm not with my group that I'm riding with, but it's just me and my bike. And I feel like I don't want to be that person that's waiting around hours for a tow truck to come. Like, I want to be able to hopefully diagnose it and be able to fix it or know what's wrong with it and to save money and not have to bring it to the shop. But I was talking with John, who helped me out. It's like being, you know, like a good manager, a good business owner. I don't know everything there is to know about my bike. I'm not a mechanic. I hopefully I don't pretend like I am one. I learn as I go. But like any good manager or president of a company, you surround yourself with other good people who know things, who know more than you. And you're able to call on them and say, hey, John, you know, what's the electrical issues here? I'm having this and that. And he can walk me through it. And to me, it was a phenomenal learning experience. And I look at each thing that can go wrong with the bike as a potential learning experience, and of course a potential video that I can show you guys, hey, this is what went wrong, this is how I fixed it, and now you know how to fix it if you need to do it. So I mean, I'm hoping my videos are like an encyclopedia for people who they can type in the search engine, they can say, okay, you know, brake switch, and it comes up, and then boom, they can do it themselves. So that's my goal, is to be able to help people out as I have problems. I'm hoping it can help you with your problems. So hopefully it works. I think it's going well so far. Let's see. I'm waiting for the rain to stop. Yeah, we had some crazy rain here. Where are you located, Mighty Riker? Yeah, because we had a ton of rain in Florida. I got caught in coming back from Jacksonville today. We left at 5 a.m., wheels up at 5:30. And we were on the road at 5:30, riding in the dark to try to beat the rain, because it was kind of coming from behind. So we caught an hour of the rain, which was everybody's fine. There was no one on the road but us, which was great. But at 5:30 in the morning, it was really like pitch black and then pouring rain. And so it was not, and my windshield was covered with rain, my visor was covered in rain, and I'm just trying to hold it steady, following the lights in front of me. And it was not an enjoyable ride. I hate getting stuck in the rain. But I have rain gear, so I wasn't like wet and uncomfortable, but I was just, it was one of those kind of rides where you're white knuckling it, and you come home and you're all like, you get off the bike, you're like, ugh, and you have to like pry your fingers off the steering wheel, and your whole neck and your back are all tense from riding. And you're like, oh, I'm so happy to be home and go to bed soon. Oh, thank you, Prometheus. A kiss from my boo-boo. You're so sweet. So let's see. All right, so Riker Rider says, I heard that the brake light flasher works with the lights on the luggage set. Is that true? I think you can hardwire it together. If you're buying everything from Sling Mods, I don't have it, so I don't have either one. I don't have the brake flasher, and I don't have the luggage set, so I cannot speak 100% on that. But if you call up Sling Mods, I think the guy's name is Josh over at Sling Mods, or I mean, they'll be happy to answer those questions for you. They're really good to work with. Let's see. All right, so 3-wheel. So Rusty says when he tested it, it looked like it flashed brighter. I installed it along with the third brake light that mounts above the license plate. I'm happy with the combination. Yeah, it does look brighter, right? I'm all about safety. Anything that makes your bike safer, you know. I'm all about lights. I'm all about anything that makes it safer, more visible on the road. I've only added, so softball, he said he's added a horn and a parking brake lock. Those are probably one of the first accessories that I added as well. So safety and security. That's how I did my modifications. That's exactly how I did it. I tried to do an order of what my safety needs were in terms of the horn, the brighter lights, anything else that could make your bike safer to ride. And then I started adding, you know, things that make it more comfortable to ride, and then you kind of work into the fun stuff after. It's like you have so much money and you kind of do. For me, I didn't. What was a top priority? And let's see. My parking brake, I tried using it this weekend. I couldn't get it to work. I think it's I never use my parking brake lock. And I think it might be rusty in there. So I need to kind of grease it up a little bit to make it work. I couldn't get it to turn. I think, I keep saying, oh, I'm sorry. So I think anytime you increase the voltage, it sends a signal to the computer, and that's where your problem happened. That's why I hooked up my flashes to the battery. Yeah, I know. I would have hooked it up to the battery. I was just following the instructions on the thing. Yeah, and it's weird that it worked for a month, and then it made it not work, and then started going all these crazy codes and stuff. Let's see. John says, Buck, you set the bar too high. No. Anything is good. $1 is good. I appreciate everything and anything. Absolutely. Buck, don't apologize, Buck. Don't do that. Don't go there. You stand tall. Any advice for 6 foot, 237 pounds man wanting a Ryker 600, 900? I would definitely go with a 900. You get the 3 cylinders versus 2, and you will have a little extra energy for a little extra push for the extra weight. I would definitely go with the 900, hands down. I do have a friend that's 6'4", and he also rides a 900 Ryker, and he has no problems at all with it. I think he changed out his front shocks, but I don't even think you have to. You might want to, the only other advice for someone that's tall or big is you might want to get, it's not the comfort seat. Okay, Buck. Oh my God. This is crazy. On my screen, as I'm talking, all I see is this bright pink thing that comes across the stream with Buck's donation on it. So it's like, it's distracting in a really good way, but it's like, I don't even know what to say about this. Is crazy. Oh my God, this is, wow. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Wow. All right, we're staying on for another 2 hours, guys. I think Buck is working, so we're all gonna stay on and keep him company, right, Buck? Okay, so back to Terrell. So Terrell, in terms of what I would recommend to you is not the comfort seat. It's like, I think it's called Comfort Plus. Bill, you might be able to know the name better than me. It's instead of the stock seat, when you buy your bike, ask them to throw this in for you at no charge. That's kind of like, a lot of times you can't negotiate the price of the Ryker because it's such high demand, but have them throw in this accessory for you and have them install it for you too. It's a seat that extends. It's a bigger seat, but I don't believe you can have a passenger with it, but it's a longer seat, so you have more room to kind of push back. I think Bill Ramsey knows the exact name of that. Hopefully that helps, but I would definitely do the 900. So, all right, we have Steve from How To in 5. What's up, mate? He's it's 9:15 Monday, must be Monday morning, and Monday morning or Monday night in Australia. So that's always cool that Steve always gets on and comes to us from the future. We have Keith. Let me see what it says. Keith Erdman on just dropped in to say hi. How you doing, Keith? Thank you for coming on. I know the difference in the sound of the mail truck in Amazon. It's awesome. So John says the weight limit on both is 425 for the Spyder and I'm sorry, for the 900 and 600. That's true, but my point, John, was with the extra cylinders, so having 3 cylinders versus 2, I think it would be better for the extra weight than somebody that's like 100 pounds, 600, 900, whatever. But I think if you weigh more, I think it would be better to have the extra power. That's just my opinion. If anyone else, I mean, honestly, it's just my opinion. So if anyone else has any ideas on that, I would love to hear. What's Bill? I'm curious what your feedback is too. Oh, so the name of the seats is called the Solo Comfort Seat. So that's the one that we're talking about, Terrell. So the Solo Comfort Seat is a longer seat, but it's only for one up. It's not for passenger as well. So yeah, softball by he's 6'4", 270, and he got the rally. So he's I mean, it's obviously he's quite happy with it. I would guess. No, don't go, Buck. Hey, Sharon is on. Sharoni, Ray Sharoni. How you doing? She's I'm gonna say sister-in-law. She's my sister-in-law's sister from New York. How you doing? That's so cool you got on. I appreciate that, Sharon. So let's see. VIN code 17 says, "Hey Beth, I took my brother back up with me to Rhode Island and picked up my Ryker. I gave up on finding a trailer. What a crazy 3-hour ride that was. Then I'm gonna be in Rhode Island soon. Not soon, but over the summer, I'm definitely gonna be in Rhode Island. All right. So this is important, guys. So I'm guessing everyone on here has the notifications on. That's how you got notified that I have the thing on that. So when I go places, if I go to Rhode Island, if I go to South Carolina, wherever I go, Georgia, I always post if I'm in another state visiting, especially if I'm there for any length of time, because I love to ride with other people, like subscribers. Like I love meeting you guys. I love getting together and going on a group ride. So pay attention where I am over the summer, and so we can ride together. Or worst case scenario, if I don't have my bike and I can't rent one, we can meet up for a cup of coffee or something. So I would love to chat. So keep an eye on that. Because someone posted, I wish I knew you were in Jacksonville. I would have met up with you and rode with you. I posted I was in Jacksonville, but I guess he didn't have his notification on and missed it. So let's see. Terrell says, if Buck's going, he's going. He's going in. Buck Champ is going in. So Richard says, hi, Ryker 900 versus the F3 Spyder. So Richard, let's see. I love the F3. I'm just going to give a quick thing. The RT, I did a video on the Ryker versus the RT. And the RT for me, being my size, was entirely too big. I just felt like I was in a car. I just felt like it was way too big. But the F3 is a much sportier version of the Spyder. So I love the F3. But even if your dealership doesn't allow you to test ride both of them so you can get the best experience, you will know just by sitting on the two bikes what works for you in terms of that gut feeling. So when I sit on top of a Spyder, It's just that I'm on top of the Spyder. So I feel like I'm not, I know this sounds so cheesy. I don't know how else to say it, but I feel like I'm not one with the bike. I feel like I'm on it and I'm going, and it has power steering, has the radio, it has heated grips, it has cruise control, has all this, it has lots of storage, has amazing, amazing things, but I just feel like I'm on it, which people like, no big deal. So what is the difference with the Ryker? You feel like you're in it, more of like a sports bike kind of feel, like you're more like in it when you're riding. So if you go sit on them, you should know pretty quick. As soon as I sat on the Ryker, I was like, I love it. I love it. When I'm going on these long rides, like I just came off of a 5-hour ride, I kind of wish I had the F3 for long rides. I think it's a more comfortable ride. But and also you need to fill up a lot more. The gas tank of the Ryker is smaller than the F3. So it's a lot of things. And last comment on between the 900 and the F3, Richard, is ask yourself what kind of riding you're going to be doing. If most of your riding is going to be zipping back and forth to work yourself or going on little rides by yourself, then by all means, save yourself the money, get the Ryker, it's great. But if most of your rides are going to be two up, if you've got a partner that's going to be in the back riding with you, if most of your rides are going to be several hours at a time and you plan on going, on major trips with it, then I would definitely consider the Spyder. And also, like we mentioned earlier, take the Can-Am Rider Education class, REP, Rider Education Program, and it will allow you, hopefully, it depends on what they have at that class. The class that I recently filmed was all Spyders. They didn't have a single Ryker. Sometimes you can go to a class and it's all Rykers and no Spyders. It's kind of, they rotate them out into whatever Can-Am sends them. So you may want to call around and see what they have. The ideal situation is they have both, and then you swap out between everybody. Everyone gets a chance to try everything. Okay. Like the movie Dumb and Dumber, when they get off the mini bike. Okay, I don't really missed part of that conversation. All right, how many? Because I'm not on my chat. How many people are watching right now? Because I'm not on that screen. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, I can switch over. It's 33 people watching. That's awesome. I should cover this up a little bit. There you go. Does that look better? So you don't have to look at it. Okay. All right. So Fun and Riker's on. How you doing? All right. What's up, Harry? Also, I want to give a shout out to, I forgot to do this earlier, Steve's How To in 5. Go check out his YouTube channel. And if you enjoy and you like it, you should subscribe. He does these quick 5-minute videos. He has a new video on the Spyder belt. And so go check that out. He's a good guy. Let's see who else we have on here. All right, let's do some shout outs. We've got Bill Ramsier. You know him, everybody. If you don't, you must be new, which is okay. Go check out Bill Ramsier's YouTube channel, Bill Ramsier, and he is phenomenal. I've mentioned this 1,000 times. Bill holds a special place in my heart. He was my very first subscriber and my mentor for my channel. I called him up at all kinds of crazy hours and asked him, well, looking back at some pretty dumb questions, and he was always so kind and so awesome to me. So please go check out his channel, and if you have not subscribed and liked and hit the notification button, do it now. Well, not now, but after the chat. We'll go check out Bill's channel. He does some cool stuff. So his channel is a lot of similarity to mine. But what his channel does different than mine is he gets to the guts of the bike and really powers it up and shows you how to do everything to make it a mean, fast, like crazy cool bike. So if you're looking at taking your bike to the next level of coolness, Bill's your guy to help you with all that stuff. He does tuning. He does all kinds of good stuff. Fun and Riker, Harry, he also has a really good channel. You should go check him out. We've got John, and he has a channel called RPO, Riker Parking Only, on Facebook, and also a YouTube channel. He only has a couple of videos, but they're good videos though. Who else is on? And anybody else that has a channel, I have no problem with people self-promoting what you've got going on. So if you've got something that, you know, bike, Can-Am, Ryker, or Spyder related that you're selling, or I'm like, this is an open forum as far as I'm concerned, as long as everyone's nice and polite. Feel free to use this opportunity to talk about your own channel for a minute, and I'll be happy to read it and give you guys a shout out. Oh, John D. Are you just joining us, John? Usually you're like the #1 person, the first person to join. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. Hi, John D. How you doing? Okay, I lost my place here. Thanks a lot means a lot. You're welcome, Terrell. That's the seat for the tall rider. Yep. Oh, bye, Buck. I don't know if he left without me saying goodbye. He just left a whole bunch of money and then left. Bye, Buck. If you're still watching, thank you. Okay. Let's see. How to at 5? It's AM. Yeah. Let's see. Be safe, Uncle Buck. Everyone's gonna call him Uncle Buck now. I like that. All right. Alarm system. All right. Titus says alarm system Titus, you might rephrase your comment. Are you looking for what kind of alarm systems do people have? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I think you're asking what alarm systems go for the Ryker. I have no idea. I don't have an alarm. I probably shouldn't be announcing this live, but I don't have an alarm system on my bike. But there are tons of things on Amazon, which I probably should get, where you can set it up to your phone that if your bike moves even an inch, it'll notify you on your phone. It's just like a GPS tracking system, and you could track your bike where it goes. So I don't know if that's, but I'm not sure. I'd have to kind of Google search that. Or if anyone on here has an alarm system that they like, you know, go ahead and please post it so we can help each other out. Let's see. Buck, are you still on? Buck. The buck stops here. I hope you're still on, because that was a good one. Any alarm system for the Ryker. So anyone has any alarm system recommendations for the bike, for the Ryker, please post here so Titus can check it out. And let's see. All right, we have 690 Cal, KAL. How you doing? Nice to see you here. Let's see, what else do we have? I got 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream. That's cool. My channel started out for softball by going to add Ryker stuff to it. That's very cool. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. That's huge. So live streaming, you can make some money from some advertisements. When I say money, I mean pennies. But yeah, have fun with the channel. Have a great time. So Softball by Fat is going to start adding some Ryker stuff to it. Awesome. Oh, that's nice. So Prometheus said he felt the same way, that he felt that he was part of the Ryker. I always feel like I'm weird when I say that, but I guess other people maybe feel the same way. Steve always does that. So Steve in Australia, it's tomorrow there. Yeah, it's the next day in Australia. So he always puts down my weather forecast. Tomorrow, he predicts that tomorrow is going to be 82 degrees with a shower and light winds. You can't go wrong with that in Florida. It's probably every day. Pretty safe bet, Steve. Shane, what's up? How you doing? The dealer offered me, so Prometheus says, the dealer offered me a used Spyder for 10,000, and I turned it down for the same reason you did, so I love my Ryker. It's like you're flying a three-wheel vehicle. That's cool. That's a great way of wording it. What's up, John D? Million Beth. I would love, if you're referring to 1,000,000 subs, I can't even fathom that. I have my eyes on 10,000 subs. That's my goal, and I'm hoping to reach it. So I have a big birthday coming up this September, and I am hoping to reach 10,000 subs by my birthday, which I think is very doable. And so that is my goal, is to hit 10,000 for I just hit 10,000 miles on my bike, and my goal is 10,000 subscribers by September. That is my goal. Sharoni, Ray Sharoni, how you doing? Gotta go, nice to see you here. Bye, Sharon, thank you so much for jumping on. Let's see. And Mangi, I'm so bad with names. Take care. Thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry, John D, if I didn't see you before. Maybe I did. I don't know. I've got like losing track here of my conversation. Let's see what else. Three-Wheel Rusty just started his own channel. Only a couple of videos so far. Awesome. You got to start somewhere. That's great. What are your 3 videos of, or what are your 2 videos of, Rusty? It's not as easy as you think, I guess. It's a lot of work having a YouTube channel. It literally, like, I spent a lot of time on these videos. It's like a stupid amount of time on these videos. But I enjoy it though. When it stops being fun, I'll stop doing it. So as long as I'm having fun and we're interacting, and I love it. Let's see, How to in 5, great channel, great guy. Agree, Beth, check it out. Very cool plug for How to in 5 from CD. With the alarm will drain. Oh, okay. So Bill's comment, back to the alarm for the bike. So Bill's comment is, alarms are challenging with a very small battery that the bike has. If you don't keep the battery on a tender, the alarm will drain the battery and will leave you stranded on the side of the road. So yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, battery, that will drain your battery, as well as like too big of a music system will drain your battery. It's a very challenging debate for sure. I would get some kind of I would get some kind of alarm that's not hardwired to your bike. I don't know if this exists, but something, yeah, it does exist, because I had it on a golf cart of mine. It was just a little thing that just sticks underneath your, the golf cart of the bike, and if it moves, the alarm goes off on your phone. I wouldn't buy anything that hardwired. I would never buy anything that hardwires into my bike again, unless it goes into the battery. But even then, you got to be careful what goes in your battery, or you will drain it. Yeah, exactly, Prometheus. Yeah. Shane says, what's your opinion about doing a wrap on your Ryker? I was thinking about doing a wrap, but I'm not sure how well it would hold up. Funny you should say that, Shane. I just wrapped my bike. I got it from AMR Racing. So AMR Racing was also the kind, and this is why I went with it. Bill Ramsier, who's on the chat now, he's the moderator, and he has the pink and blue skull and the eye and everything on his, and he's had his on for, it's got to be a couple of years now, and he's never had an issue with it. So I went with AMR Racing because of that, because of Bill, because I figured if he's had it on his bike, and I know he rides hard, and if and if it's staying on and no problem, so it'll stay on my bike as well. So that's what I did in AMR. What AMR Racing does is they have a website and they have tons of variety for you to choose from. But what's very cool about that is they're all pre-cut out. So you're not, they took all the guesswork out of it. It comes with like 50 pieces or something. It's a little intimidating. I met someone at the bike ride this weekend. They said they bought it and they saw the pieces and they returned it because they were too overwhelmed. So yeah, amrracing.com, and Bill has a coupon code called Blue Dragon, gets you 15% off anything on their website. So yeah, go definitely check them out. They're a little, so for me, I made a custom wrap for my bike. So I used the base of one of their wraps that they had, and then I changed it. I put my channel name on it, just some other cool stuff you'll see very soon. So they don't mention it, but maybe it should have been obvious to me, but they do charge you to do the custom wrap. So every time you make a change, I think it's like $50 worth. So it kind of adds up really fast. So it's a little bit expensive if you're gonna make it custom made. But the installation on it is not hard at all. And it is very time consuming. It took me 2.5 days to do it. And just because I'm so particular about my bike, I still go out there and I'll find a little bit of bubble and I'm out there with the heat gun and trying to fix it. So it'll never be perfect, but it's pretty close. You just got to be really patient. Patience. But other kinds of wraps, like people buy just like rolls of 3M stuff and they try to do it themselves, that will not stay on that long. You need special adhesive and everything, and the AMR Racing one comes with all that. All you need is a spray bottle with a little bit of like Dawn dish soap and a couple drops. You spray the wrap and you put it on. It's really not that hard. But yeah, it looks great. Hopefully I answered your question and didn't make it more confusing for you. Let's see. Yes, I agree. If you were going to put it on, the best pet would be to use one that does not work with the battery. Three-wheel rusty. Let's see, videos of me. Oh, so three-wheel rusty on his channel. He has videos of him riding his Ryker around central Alberta. I bet that's beautiful. I'm finding it hard to cut the video down to a reasonable length. I know. Yeah, anything more than 15 minutes, I find. I mean, for in terms of YouTube videos, you guys watch, you guys can definitely jump on. But if it seems like my installation videos, they're long. That's just how it is. You know, and I usually put timestamps so you can jump around them. But if you're doing a riding video, I think in general, I mean, 10 minutes really is all people will sit through. People, as a rule of thumb, they don't have patience to sit there more than 10 minutes. I think a 10-minute clip, and you'll notice when you're doing it, it'll tell you what the average viewer, the average time someone spent on your video, and someone will be on it for like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. They just get on, check it out, and get off. So, but it's hard. It's always the challenge of, is it too long? Is it, well, you know, it's hard. Okay. Muddy Riker just took his Riker off a quick five miler before dark. We like the videos best. Thank you very much. Brian says, yeah, I have a friend that when his alarm system, he takes one of those big, huge chains, like that probably weigh 50 pounds, and he puts it underneath the back tire and puts a big padlock on it. That's what he uses for an alarm. And no one's going to drive off with it. You know, you can't even, I don't think, and wire cutters, I don't know how you get through that. But he has a huge padlock, and he just puts it in his back wheel. Let's see. Okay. That's funny, Brian. thank you, Prometheus, for noticing my hair. So yeah, Bill has an installation video for the wrap on his channel as well, and I'll have mine out probably next week. Let's see. Yeah, Bill took him 2.5 days as well. You just have to take your time. It's funny, you'll know when to stop when you're doing the wrap, because all of a sudden you just like it's just not working for you. It's just not looking good, and you just get kind of lazy with it, and you realize, okay, I got to take a break. So I did kind of like one section at a time, and I laid out all my pieces and organized it all. And there's still a few pieces I had to call my friend Denise up and be like, what does this piece go to? Like, it doesn't even look like it's part of the bike. Like, nothing's labeled. It's like a big game of Tetris trying to figure out where the puzzle pieces go. So yeah, it took me 2.5 days as well. Let's see. So Bill's channel's name is literally Bill Ramseyer, and the spelling is on here, Ramseyer. Yeah, he's awesome. Oh, that's nice. Prometheus says, yeah, thank you, Bill, for your great videos. To me, Bill's like the original Can-Am Ryker guy. And he was like the first out there, and everybody else kind of just is either copying him or doing something similar to him, but he's like the first out there. You got to give him props for that. Yeah, Steve, I wish it was my 30th. I appreciate that very much. God, I don't even remember what it was like to turn 30. It's funny. Let's see. I'm really going to mess up this name, and I apologize. Rigoberto. Thank you very much, saying I had good content from Jacksonville. I have another video coming out with that. It was just so much fun. I've never seen so many Can-Ams in one spot. That like it wasn't a dealership. It was just, even in a dealership, they don't have that many. It was crazy. Muddy Ryker bought a top box last week. It's nice to have. I think it's the same one you did a video on. Oh yeah, it's small, but it's perfect just to have on your bike for every day. Yeah, I love my top case. There's more room in it if you actually put stuff inside the bag, which I got lazy. I was just putting stuff on top of the bag. But if you actually put it inside the bag, there's a lot more room. Okay, can't wait to see how your account. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Patrick, how you doing from Southern New Jersey? Someone asked about my tattoo earlier on. So someone asked about my tattoo. I forgot who it was. I apologize. The tattoo is from my father. He has dementia, and I knew when he got dementia that he would very soon lose his ability to write. So I had him write Daddy's Girl, and this is his penmanship. And so I brought it to, I just have that. It's my one tattoo. And I brought it to a tattoo artist, and I said, I want this on my arm, and then kind of design the infinity hearts. So I'm forever Daddy's girl, no matter what. And so a lot of people, they'll get a tattoo after someone passes as a tribute to them, but I decided I want to do it ahead of time so he could find joy and look at it. And so whenever I show, like I'll lift up my shirt and show it to him, and I get a big smile out of him. and it's really cool. So I'm forever a daddy's girl. Let's see. Congratulations on your retirement, Patrick. That's awesome. That's really cool. All right, I think I'm officially caught up. Whew. There's a lot of people on here tonight. That's so awesome. Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, man, my head hurts. Today's ride, I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? This is probably... So, all right, what's your opinion on riding on group rides versus, all right, so anyone that's new and wants, okay, so I'm going to mention about the bump again, because I feel like it's this like elephant in the room. So anyone that's new on the channel that just popped on, this is a battle scar for me working on my bike. I had to swap out, I'm not gonna get into the whole story again, you have to watch the video, but I had to swap out my brake switch, and when I got up, I hit my head on the mirror, the side mirror, which we think, oh, it's not that hard, it's plastic, it's hard. And you can see the little curvature of the thing. So, and the bad part of it is it's where my helmet. So I had a 5-hour ride home today with my helmet pressing on that, and it didn't bleed, but it looks like it's gonna leave a mark. I don't know. It still hurts. It's been a couple days. I think it's just bruised and sad. Okay. But my question was, what is everyone's opinion on riding in a group versus riding individually? So I have my pros and cons of both, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think. So the big con for me, which I noticed today, I'm on a group ride. There must have been 7 or 8 of us, and we're on this 5-hour ride back in the rain, and it was dark when we left this morning, and we're all riding together. We're all watching out for each other, which is great. But I am, I was up you had to wake up early, so we left when it was dark out. So I was up and out by 5 o'clock in the morning, which is early for me. So we're riding, we're a couple hours in, and I am tired. I am like, my head's bobbing, one of those deals, and I'm on my bike. It's like, it couldn't be any more dangerous. And at this point it wasn't raining, and the sun was out, it was light out, but there was a moment, this is so scary, it's like even admit, because I'm like embarrassed that I allowed this to happen. But there was a moment where I was riding, and I swear to God, I think I fell asleep for a millisecond. And all of a sudden, I'm in another lane, right? We're riding. We always ride staggered, and we always ride straight, okay? Next thing I know, I'm in another lane. There's no cars, thankfully. And I swerve back into my lane. I'm completely in another lane, and I don't know how I got there. So I must have fallen asleep for a split second on my bike. This is so dangerous. And it's one of those things, like, I should have at that point said, okay, guys, I'll ride the rest of the way with myself. I'm gonna pull over to a rest stop, and I'm gonna get some cold water. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna get an energy drink. I'm gonna do something, because this is not safe for me. So, but I didn't, because I'm on the ride. So instead, to keep myself awake, I'm like counting, and I'm playing these, like, the alphabet game, and I'm like, really, I'm singing songs, and I've got my radio on loud in my ear, but it was like stupid of me to do that. So that's the only downside to me when you're riding in a group, is that you can't stop when you need to stop, because you're making the whole group stop. You know what I mean? Which they would have, obviously, if it was a dangerous situation, but I felt like I don't want to be the one person to make 7 people pull over. Everyone's like rushing to get home, and everyone's tired. Everyone wants to get on with their day. So that's like the hugest advantage when you're riding with a big group, is, being able to stop when you want, whether it's stopping because there's a really cool flower you want to take a picture with your bike in front of. You just can't do that when you're with a big group. So it was tough. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do you guys prefer to ride in groups or ride, alone? The safety in numbers when you ride with a group, like if something happens to your bike, you've got someone there, maybe they have tools, maybe they have something, but there's it goes both ways. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Let's see. Let's see. No, it'll go away, Beth. It'll be okay. I hope it goes away. I'm picking up my Ryker hopefully in a week. They have been backed up in orders. Yeah. New York, I know. A lot of dealerships can't keep them in. I know. John D says, when you're tired, it's hard to think clearly. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So it says back in the 60s, we used to do that on a regular basis. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Glitch in the Matrix, that's a cool name, said he always liked riding alone. John D says he always brings a Pepsi in his drink holder. See, I can't drink when I'm riding. I don't know, just so Harry from Fun and Riker says, I used to hate to ride with Harleys. If I do ride in a group, it's towards the back. Typically, the group is too slow. I ride in the back because I'm too slow. They always put me in the back because they think I can't keep up. I just don't want to go 95 on the highway. We don't need no stinking rest stop. I know. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Yeah, it's crazy. I really should have stopped. There's no all right, so I'm thinking okay. So yeah, anybody else? You're like I had only a couple of people respond. Who likes riding alone? Who likes, let's see. Wow, this looks so bad. I switched over. Look at that. It's like that was the focus of the whole weekend. Everyone's like, what happened to your head? What happened to your head? I'm like, stupidity happened in my head. That's what happened in my head. Is dumbness. If you could actually do me a quick favor, I think there's 21 of you watching right now. If everyone could just hit the like button, that helps with the stats for YouTube. So it's not like, just it makes people kind of, by hitting the like on these kinds of things and on my videos, on these chats and stuff, it tells YouTube that you like the video, and they'll show my videos more often to new people coming on. So, all right. So I like breakfast rides, John. I like breakfast, period. Thanks, Bill. Three-year-old Rusty says, I always seem to have the smallest bladder in the group. That's funny. So Riker Rider says he usually only does solo short rides. I just signed up for a group ride. He wants to know if we have any tips for him to go on a group ride. Yes, I have. Of course, I have tips. So yes, Ryker Rider tips are: make sure everyone's riding staggered. So what that means is, instead of riding completely in single file, you ride ones on the within the same lane, one's towards the left, one's towards the right, and that way you have a clear shot if someone up front hits their brake lights. So it's not going to be like a chain reaction. You'll have plenty of time to brake. Also, another tip is to make sure you leave yourself plenty of room between you and the bike in front of you. So in case, they swerve or they do something, you'll have plenty of time and you won't hit them. It also gives you plenty of time to see if there's something in the road. You'll have more visibility that way. I think so many tips. Another big tip is And this happens to me a lot. Ride with people. This is going to sound really silly. Ride with people that are like-minded riders. Sometimes you want to. You also sometimes want to ride with people the same age as you. I have no idea what your age is, but I know for me, if I'm riding with 20-year-olds, they think they're invisible. They're like running out of traffic. I need to ride with somebody that has a family at home and they're more concerned with making it out of the trip alive versus just acting crazy. So you want to ride with people who are around the same age as you or like-minded or family or whatever, similar type of riding style. And the most important tip is don't ever let, when you're in a ride, don't ever let the other riders bully you into doing something you don't want to do. Now, this seems like, what are you talking about? This seems so stupid, but I've been on rides and where there'll be a road captain, which is a road captain if it's a big group ride, there's a road captain in the front, road captain in the back, and then everyone's tucked in really nice. So the road captain in the back, he'll pull over, he'll get everyone to pull over, he'll block the lane for you. It's a good deal. But so a lot of times the road captain would be going like 80 something on the highway, which I'm okay with. Then they'll start going closer to 90, and I'm still going 80, 82, and I pull back a little bit now because they're going 90 plus and they're pulling away from me. And then the road captain will come next to me and he'll wave me on like I'm going too slow. Like, go faster, go faster. And I'm too old for that stuff. Like, you're not going to convince me to go at a speed that I'm not comfortable riding. So my answer to him is no. And then I say to him, just keep going. If he doesn't want to be behind me as a road captain, he wants to get in front of me and go with the group, I always put the GPS address in my phone of where we're going. If we're going on an hour ride someplace to Miami for lunch, I have the address. I'm like, I'll point to my phone. I'm like, I'll see you there. I'll get there. I don't have to ride in the group to meet you guys for lunch. And I know a friend of mine, he was on a group ride, and the very first stop they went on, he's like, I'm done. This isn't for me. And you guys, we have different riding styles. It's not the perfect situation for me. So I would definitely go. I would definitely try it out. And it's a nice camaraderie riding with other riders, especially if it's similar bike to what you have. It's just a nice, it's like kind of like being in a club. You just feel included, and you talk about your bike. You talk about what jacket you have. It's like you learn a lot from each other. I like group rides, but you have to find a group that you like riding with. And if you don't feel comfortable in the group ride, just wave to them and go do your own thing. Don't be stuck in a ride that you feel unsafe or uncomfortable with. I feel like I'm like your mom or something. Be safe when you go out. So that's my tips on that. Like I feel very strongly about group rides. Okay. Another tip for a group ride, don't drink a lot before the ride. You don't want to be the first one to be like, I have to go to the bathroom. And also, if you're the only Ryker in the group, chances are you're going to need gas. But make sure you fill up, top it off before you take off, because you'll be the first one that needs gas. So a lot of times I'll tell the person who's in charge of the ride, say, listen, I tell them 90 miles because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like cutting it too close. I'll tell them, listen, reset your odometer. I've got 90 miles before I need to fill up. So that way they know that you're going to need to get pulled over. So I give them a heads up. So there's no like having a wave. Oh my God, I'm out of gas. Oh, that's cool, Bill. I love that. A 3.5-hour ride for breakfast. That's the best. We went across the state of Florida, which is a good 2-hour ride for lunch and then a 2-hour ride back. It's funny how far, I would never do that in a car, but it's funny the things you do on your bike. Bill, I had French toast with marionberry syrup. That sounds delicious. Yeah, Prometheus, yeah, that's, you find a ride, you find a group that's just like you, that, you keep the speed limit or, and You'll find your group that works for you, or just limit it to like you and a buddy. Just find a guy that you like riding with, or girl, or whatever, and then the two of you go to places together. I used to have my friend is on here. I call him my riding husband because his wife doesn't ride and my husband doesn't ride. So we call each other riding spouses because we always go riding together to do stuff, and it's fun. Let's see, Beth. In Australia, we travel long distances, 500 miles per day on average when adventure riding, and stop every 2 hours regardless of how you feel, and more about 5 minutes or so keeps you alert. I agree. Yeah, you have to stop on a regular basis. I can imagine what it's like to ride around in Australia. Oh, so cool. One day. Patrick says, if anyone rides like an idiot, I'll peel off if they aren't, and then put them in check. They're dangerous to themselves and others, slow and steady for me. Another problem I have, a lot of times I'll ride with people and they'll drink a lot while they're riding. They'll like down 6 beers while they're riding. And I'm not okay with that either. I don't want to be in a group ride with people who are drunk. I mean, that's dangerous to me as well as everybody else. So it's like you got to find your niche for you like riding with. The world's people that have ride with people that have brain cells. Yes. Ride your own ride. Yes. Money Riker, there's tons of people out there. You just need to find them. Go on Facebook and type in, like, if you live in New York, or wherever, type in, Rikers, Manhattan or something like that. You'll find your group. That's how I find mine. It's like through Facebook pages. Prometheus, you're funny. Oh, so that's fun that you ride with your son, Muddy. I feel weird calling you Muddy, but that's awesome that your son rides with you. What could be better, you and your son riding out and like having a good time? What a great bonding thing that you guys have. That's terrific. My son, who's 17, he will not even sit on my bike. He's like embarrassed. It's so funny at that age. Wow, you can get up to 85 on your scooter? That's awesome. How many cc's is your scooter, John? That's really cool. I had a scooter for a while, but I was afraid to take it on the highway. Brian P says, John D said, ride your own ride, +1 hair. I don't really know what that means. It's like one big happy. It is one big happy family. Bill from Jacksonville, Florida. You kind of coming in the end here, but I just spent the weekend in Jacksonville, Florida for the all women's ride. It was awesome. Black Bow. I don't even know what that says. Black Bow Hatter? I don't know. But yeah, I love Jacksonville. It's such a pretty city. Sean, hello from Michigan. How you doing? Is it still freezing cold in Michigan? Oh, there's a Spyder Riders Club is almost everywhere, and a lot of these Spyder clubs they'll take Rikers in. You have a 200cc. That's pretty cool, John. There's some really cool scooters out there these days. All right, Muddy Riker says, has 34. We both work at the same place and have the same days off. That's so cool that he's 34. That's awesome. Oh, thank you, Prometheus. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. So it says the top speed is 78. Oh, you get 85 miles per gallon on the scooter. I'm sorry, I read that wrong, John. I thought you said you want 85 miles per hour on the scooter. I was like, that's fast for a scooter. Oh, you get 85 miles per gallon? Oh my God, I wish. On the Ryker, I get 40 at most. Oh no, not 40. I get 30. I get 31 miles per gallon on my Ryker. 85 miles per gallon. Wow. Yeah, it's a totally different beast. Top speed is 78. That's pretty cool. Do you take it on the highway, John? So Patrick, he's heading to Texas in the morning to meet his granddaughter. I can't imagine you haven't met her because of COVID. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Oh, oh my God, that just makes me, I could cry. Like, that is so sad. But good news is, she's a year old and she's kind of fun now. That's awesome. Good luck, Patrick. Congratulations. Okay, Sean says it's riding time here. Oh, that's cool. Muddy Riker says 66. Awesome. Watch some of the group rides on YouTube, and I noticed they block traffic lights and everyone in the group to pass. And I'm like, yes. It is. Is it legal? I can't speak on the legality of it. It is very common though that the road captain will go out. I mean, you wouldn't do it if there's only 1 or 2 riders or 4 riders, but when you're in a big group, it's kind of almost like understood that's what you do, because if not, the group won't be together. To be all mixed with traffic, and then people get lost. So people do that all the time. So I don't know if it's legal or not. I've never once been in a group ride, and I ride a lot in groups, where we've ever had any issues with police saying not to do that. I think they're pretty tolerant. It's kind of our way of trying to be safe instead of cutting through traffic and trying to weave, trying to get everybody together. But I don't know. I can't guess on the legality of it. All I know is it's always the way it's done, and I've never personally run into any issues on that. That's a good question, though. I have a few friends that ride that are police officers. I should ask them. Oh, so John, you ride on I-75? Very cool. Thank you, Shane. Have a great night. Thank you so much. I bet you're happy, Patrick, of course. What's your granddaughter's name, Shane? I'm sorry, Patrick. What is your granddaughter's name? All right, I should probably head off soon. It's weird because a lot of new people just jumped on. But I've been on for an hour. I just switched back to the other screen. I've been on for an hour and 43 minutes. And for some reason, it is really hot in here, in this room, in my laundry room. I can't, I would have put cover up on this, but I can't. It hurts so bad. I'm like a baby. I'm really not. I was just surprised at my stupidity. When I hurt myself, I'm always like, wow. Like, accidents are so avoidable that how do you get up and not realize that there's a mirror there? It's weird. Every day it gets darker and darker. Yeah. Crazy. Then I have a burn on my foot. See? A burn on my foot from that. A burn here from, that's from putting my wrap on. I'm a mess. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Did I get any sympathy messages there? God, it looks really bad. It actually looks worse than it is. It's not really that bad. Poor baby. I know. Thank you for the sympathy, John. All right, kids. I think we're gonna wind down here. Steve, how to in 5. Oh, that's interesting. So Steve, how to in 5 on his YouTube channel, he did a video, should I buy a motor scooter? That would be very cool. What I like about his videos, they're really short. That's like, his videos like really mention, like really target my attention span. Good night, Bill. Thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it. As always, thank you so much. It's let's see. Prometheus says, if it's legal for some, it's legal for all. That's my motto. All right, kids, I'm gonna hang up. I am going to, it sounds silly, but I'm probably gonna go to bed soon. It's 8:45 p.m. and I'm exhausted from my huge ride, but I wanted to share with you my awesome experience I had this weekend. And it was just so fun. Actually, you know what, while I'm on, for those of you who hung out and stayed on, would anyone like these? The first person to say they want these are wheel decals. So if anyone says they want these, I will mail them out to you. These are pink. They go on your, these are for, before anyone says they want them, make sure you know that they are for the Ryker 600 and 900 only. They will not work on the Ryker Rally wheels. So I gave this away my last video, and someone that bought them, that won them, realized that it doesn't work on the rally wheel. So if you have a 600 or 900 and you would like pink wheel decals, so they go on your spoke and it makes it look cool when you're riding. So if anyone wants these, please comment below. I would like the pink decals and I'll mail them out to you. If not, I'll just hold on to them. Yeah, these are Mark Zim. Thank you so much, Bill. These are Mark Zim's decals, and he makes amazing decals. They stay on. I've had them on my bike. I've had them on forever, and they really, really work well. So all you have to do when you put these on is to wash your wheel down, and then you add rubbing alcohol, 91% or higher, and let it dry. You put them on, and then the rear one is longer than the front one. So this one is 1 for the rear and 2 for the front. So if anyone wants these Mark Zim decals in pink only is what I have, let me know. So if not, I'll keep you. Obviously, not everybody has a pink bike, so it's kind of a rarity. But if not, no big deal. All right, so there are no takers, which is totally fine. Yeah, kiss from my you said my thing looks like a kiss. Yeah, I should just say that. It's a big kiss. All right, guys, I am going to log off. I could actually talk all night, but I should really get some sleep, some beauty sleep. I'll wake up tomorrow and this will all be gone. What else? Have a great week. Summer's coming, everybody. Hello and goodbye, Ryker Mom. You just jumped on. I'm just jumping off. John, you're back. We're just checking off. Sorry, Ryker Mom. She also has a channel. John, I already mentioned your channel. Don't apologize, Ryker Mom. I just kind of got on a whim, but we're all just hanging out, having a good time. So if you have any questions or comments, always leave them below. And I respond to every single comment myself. I probably spend at least 2 hours a day returning people's comments. And maybe not that much, depending on the day, depending on if it's a video release day or not. So that is it for me. Thank you, everybody. And I appreciate everybody. Thank you again for the contributions in the donations. It's always helpful. It allows me to buy new stuff and test out different products and get more good reviews out to you. So if you have any ideas on videos that you'd like me to see, I am going to start a new thing on Tuesdays where I do Quick Tip Tuesdays and just do some really quick videos. And if anybody has any suggestions for those videos, let me know and I'll do a quick video on it on Tuesdays. So that's my new thing I'm trying to do. So let me know if you guys need anything or want anything or would like to see anything special or any certain product reviews. If I can afford it, I will try to do it. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see everybody on Thursday for this week's video. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for getting on and taking time out of your night. And it's just amazing to me that you guys still want to chat. It's just awesome. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Bill, for being a great moderator. I appreciate it. It looked like it was an easy job tonight. And that's it. Bye, everybody. Let me see if I can check out. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye for my laundry room. I promise my scenery is going to get better in like a month. I'll be out of this house and into something cozier and nicer. So I'll see you later. Have a good night.